we're not a mouthpiece or an organ of the PTI or of Imran Khan personally. That's not how we work. We're supporting Imran Khan because he's the rightful Prime Minister of Pakistan. He was overthrown illegitimately in an American regime change operation because he said absolutely not to the empire. Of course we're supporting him for that reason. That doesn't mean we're in the PTI or that the PTI have the right to tell us who should be appearing on the mother of all talk shows. You know nothing about me if you think that kind of bullying works with me. It doesn't. So cut it out. There are far too many people who claim to be confused about the Syrian situation, claim not to understand it. Nothing could be more clear. Who's behind whom? Ask yourself that simple question. Who's behind whom? If Israel, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Qatar and Turkey are on one side of a battle, why would you want to be on that side? None of these people have given a dollar, a dime, a bullet, or an ounce of support to the people in Gaza. Not an ounce of support. And you know that. You already know that. You know that these ISIS and Al-Qaeda killers haven't as much as broken an Israeli window. Never mind take up arms in defense of the Palestinian people. And today, they passed a death sentence. They takfired, they expelled Hamas from the Islamic faith. And you're confused about who to support? Seriously? It's been one long bloody war, you know, my life. I was born as the gunfire of the Korean War was just beginning to die out, and every decade since has been scarred and marred by the efforts of the empire to stay on top and the necessary and obvious struggle of those underneath to get that boot off their necks. That means that many a time, people that one wouldn't normally invite round for dinner are the people who are fighting against empire domination. This is an important nuance that some people, including some people who should know better, are going to have to learn. I refer, of course, to the recent upsurge of terrorist violence in the Syrian Arab Republic. It's not necessary to support Bashar al-Assad or the Ba'ath Party or the Syrian regime to oppose the empire trying to overthrow them. I would oppose the empire if it was trying to overthrow the kings of Arabia. How about that then? Because I don't believe the empire has the right to rule the roost, especially when they are propagandizing all of us as to their culpability, their complicity, their bloody-handed collaboration in the crushing of the Palestinian people in Gaza, of the catastrophe of the Anglo-American invasion of Iraq. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the same people who carried me on their shoulders, literally, for the power of my opposition to the invasion of Iraq, who now spit upon my name because I won't support the same people who invaded Iraq invading Syria. Wake up, you people, or at least stop trying to deceive us if this that you're displaying is not torpor, but hypocrisy. If you're not a hypocrite, wake up to who is behind the Al-Qaeda, ISIS, alphabet soup of extremist fanatics who are right now cutting off heads in Aleppo, kicking over Christmas trees in Aleppo, looking for priests and nuns to murder in Aleppo. Wake up if it is indeed a torpor that you are in. These knives that are cutting off heads again in Aleppo, who gave them these knives? Who sharpened them? Who gave them these fancy new uniforms that they're wearing? Who gave them these weapons that they're firing? Who gave them the transport that they're moving around in? Wake up if it is torpor that you are suffering. You know the answer to that. NATO, Turkey, Qatar, a cat's paw of the United States empire and host to the largest United States military base in the entire world. That's who's paying for it. That's who's providing it. Who's doing the necessary public relations warfare for this latest uprising of the ISIS Al-Qaeda death cult? The United Kingdom, of course. The same people who've spent the last 14 months telling you that Hamas are Islamist terrorists are telling you that the actual Islamist terrorists in Syria are rebels or even freedom fighters. Can't you see that? I don't believe, that many of you can't see that. When this group today warned Hamas that they were coming for them, they were going to Karbala to drag the Shiites through the streets, and they were coming to Gaza for Hamas. Which part of that formula do you not understand? If Hamas can be takfired, can be expelled from the religion, excommunicated by a group of Chinamen from Xinjiang, Turkomen, Albanians, Indian restaurant waiters from Cardiff, can expel Hamas from their deen. Which part of that do you not understand? It's not about supporting the Ba'ath Party in Syria. As a matter of fact, I was persona non grata there for decades. I was with Iraq, of course. You see, they're arch enemies. You see, you loved me for that. You carried me on your shoulders for that. I never set foot in Damascus between 1980 and the 21st century. I have no relationship with the regime in Damascus. They've never given me a penny or even a baklawa. As a matter of fact, they still owe me an airline ticket for attending a conference that they invited me to. I have nothing to do with this regime, but I have everything to do with defeating the efforts of the Anglo-American empire and its attempt to overthrow any government that does not slavishly serve them. Ask the people of Georgia, where a French citizen masquerading as the president of Georgia has just declared that she is the only legitimate public official in the country. And the NGOs have come out of the Trojan horse and are on the streets in another regime change operation. You're supposed to support them. They're looking to manufacture consent from you for NATO and EU involvement. Do you think these people care about the Georgians? They want to use Georgia against Russia. Do you think they care about Ukrainians? They want to use Ukraine against Russia. Do you think they care about Syrians? They want to use ISIS and Al-Qaeda to weaken the resistance to Israel and to put more pressure on Russia. Can't you see that? I'm asking you. Can't you see what I'm saying? Because if you can't, you've no business pretending to be in solidarity with the Palestinian resistance, just takfired by the people you're asking me to support in Syria. Can't you see it? If you open your eyes, you definitely will. It's nothing to do with supporting Bashar al-Assad. I didn't support his father. And I didn't support the passage of power from his father to him. But I will stand until my last breath with the idea of the Syrian Arab Republic.